Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21 and it's time for round 17 for Phillip Island of our MotoGP career mode. So in pole position is Johan Zarco with Grant and Brad Binder on the front row, Quartararo, Mir and Bagnaia on the second, Oliveira, Martin, Espargaro, Morbidelli, Rins and Miller, Marquez, Espargaro, Vinales, Nakagami, Rossi, Petrucci, Marquez, Leclerc, Marini, Savadori and Bastianini at the back of the grid. But enough about that, it is time to race. We look to the red lights and away we go. Nice start there from Grant on board the Aprilia, power setting 3, fully engaged, and away we go. We have one thing on our mind, and that is hole shot time. Going into the right hand side for the Doohan corner, Grant takes the lead, takes the hole shot, and we now have the best possible spot in the house. Johan Zarco may have pipped us in qualifying just 4 hours ago, but he's not going to pip us in the race. I will certainly not allow that. So therefore, we got the best possible spot, and very, very pleased with that start, actually. Very pleased. Sometimes my starts can be somewhat odd every now and again. Sometimes I get absolutely amazing starts, and sometimes I get bogged down, especially in Ride 4. Recently, I've been struggling with my online starts. But for now, 0.6 of a second gap to Zarco, a couple of tenths more. I'm guessing to Mir, who's going to be very close behind the Frenchman in second place. So this first lap is all about the feeling, getting the understanding of the bike, getting the feeling of how well we can push this bike and how much we can push it to without losing too much tyre life. At the minute, I'm not entirely sure if the tyre is going to last to the end. I guess I'll try my best and see what happens throughout this Grand Prix. But we'll go on the right hand side for turn 10. Running it a little bit deeper there, not as tight as I would have liked it, but it is okay. Going into the left-hand side now, we'll slowly bring on the power, going into 11th corner, and then for the left-hand side once more, going into the tighter left-hander for turn 12. Just drop the power setting down to 2 ever so briefly. I want to get a good understanding now whether we need power setting 3 to keep the lead, or whether we need it just every now and again, just for the straights, and just to give us a bit of extra power. Now, if you watch any of my previous videos of this season or the previous seasons, you will know that I like to drop power setting 3 as soon as possible to maintain plenty of fuel. So if the point arises where I do need to use power setting 3 and I'm desperate for a bit of extra speed, I'll have that option available to me if and when I need it. So I'm just keeping an eye on the left-hand side of your screen. Joan Mir is 0.3 of a second behind us. We gained a bit of extra time there with power setting 2. I thought we'd lose a lot of time after dropping it from the third setting, but it's still not looking too bad. Just notice Johan Zarco dropping down to 4th position. That's very positive for us. Bear in mind, we already have a 50-point championship lead ahead of Johan Zarco, so if we can extend that to maybe a 60-point, then it's going to be a bloody good day. And with only 2 Grand Prix remaining from the Sepang International Circuit to Valencia, it's going to be a very tall order for Johan Zarco right now. A very, very tall order. But let's go into the right-hand side, and I'm running it deep into turn 10. That is not often. You won't see that very often. As Jorge Martin has just gone down, and Joan Mir has taken over at the front. Do we need to consider jumping into power setting 3? We will have the slipstream, and this Aprilia is designed, at least this one in my game, is designed very much with speed in mind. So this could be enough to get us in behind Joan Mir with the power setting 2, and hopefully outbreak him going into the first corner. But Joan Mir, the fastest man on track right now. Grant tries to bravely go around the outside, a little bit stamping on the brakes there. It's not ideal for the first corner here in Phillip Island, but we're still good as we now approach the southern loop for turn 2, running it into the middle of the circuit there. Still using power setting 2. I'm considering power setting 3. Do we need that extra oomph? We are getting a lot of slipstream from the Spanish rider ahead of us, the former world champion. Before Grant took over his crawl, Joan Mir had a little bit of a moment on the left-hand side going into the Stoner corner. We're now into Honda for turn 4. Brad Binder, goodness me, I held my breath for a moment's time there. I thought Binder was going to absolutely clatter into the back of us, and something has happened once more to the Frenchman, Johan Zarco. His compatriot Fabio Quartararo, and my new teammate for next season, is ahead of him on circuit. So something has happened to the Frenchman, and I'm glad for it. I really am. I'm not impressed with Johan Zarco since he... Oh my goodness, Brad Binder up on the inside. And now Pecco Bagnaia takes over at the 3rd position. What is going on to the man who is so confident in Phillip Island in the qualifying session? He's looking a little bit worse for wear in this Grand Prix right now. And now Jack Miller wants to go around the outside. What has just happened? We really needed power setting 3, it seems. Power setting 3 was our biggest factor in the qualifying session just earlier on. So I'm guessing we will need to use power setting 3. So let's use it. Looking at the front brake as well, that's looking a bit soft. It's looking a bit cold is what I mean to say. I don't know what's going on with that. Is Pecco Bagnaia the fastest man on track right now on the circuit here in Phillip Island? Can we fight back against the factory Ducati rider as we go into the left-hand side for the southern loop for the third or fourth time I'm asking already? So onto the left-hand side, bring on the power, using the slipstream of the Ducati ahead of us, and let's see if we can dive up on the inside going into Honda for turn 4. It can only take a brave man to make that move, and that was far too late, so I'm glad I didn't go for any particular crazy lunge. And bear in mind what I said earlier on, the Grand Prix victory would be amazing. A podium would just be, yeah, that'd be great, as well as Fabio Quartararo dives up at the inside and makes an absolute blunder. He's made a blunder to his new teammate. I'm fighting for the World Championship. Quartararo makes an audacious lunge going into Siberia and ends up taking himself out. Goodness me, I'm so lucky that I decided to lift the motorcycle up just at the last second there. Oh my goodness, how did we not go down then? I'm so grateful that we didn't go down, but I'm really concerned with the front tire, with the front brake. The front tyre as well though. I mean, both those tyres already on the left hand side have been ripped to shreds. Really poor. The medium tyres are not looking good so far in this Grand Prix. Look at it. Look how blue it is. If it was any more blue, it'd be depressed. Goodness me. What can we do about that front tyre? I'm just going to have to stamp the brakes every single time I get into a corner. But that's not my style. I don't know what to suggest. It looks terrible. Answer in the comment section down below what the hell I should do with this front tyre. This is going to be a disaster if that front brake will not improve. I keep saying tyre, but you know what I mean. Look how blue it is. I don't know what I can do. I'm just going to have to really slam it on now going into turn 4. That's how we're going to get some heat back into the front brake there. Here we go then. Very firm on the brakes for turn 4, and yet still, it's not that green. It's a bit of a turquoise now. We're changing colours. Maybe a bit of a teal, depending on what you think, but I really don't know what we're going to do. It doesn't feel good. This bike does not feel solid right now. It feels very, very flimsy, and the brakes are not looking good. Johann Zarco is half a second behind us. I don't think this is going to be the great Grand Prix that I anticipated. This is going to be damage limitations, absolutely. This is rather concerning. This could get worse. It really could. I do have some power setting 3 remaining though, so we do have the fuel. As long as we can keep a bit of slipstream to Binder, we might be okay. We should be able to hang on. And we got Joan Mir in the lead. Looks like Pecco Bagnaia is closing down on the Spaniard, and Jack Miller in 3rd place. So let's bring on the power now. Maybe use a bit of power setting 3, I'm not sure. I don't really want to use it though, just in case that Johann Zarco decides to bring on some extra speed. And there is Aleix Espargaro, got the podium last time out in Phillip Island, the last time we arrived here, so that was amazing to see him battling for the podium. I hope he can be competitive even next season when we move on to the Monster Energy Yamaha team. But now into the Southern Loop for 6th time out of 9. This is going to be very important. We have to defend. Good to see another future teammate of mine, Maverick Vinales, is now ahead of Johann Zarco. And now if my current teammate could just, you know, slip it up at the inside of Johann Zarco, I'd be that even a little bit more grateful to my fantastic teammates. Oh, never mind. Danilo Petrucci has decided to take Aleix Espargaro's 8th position. Well, the battle will rage on at the front. Unfortunately, we are disappearing out of view, so I can't really commentate on the Grand Prix that is happening at the head. What we can commentate is our second gap to Brad Binder, and we are really struggling. This does not feel good. The bike feels very, 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 very loose, and the brake is just not confident at all. I'm not happy with this bike right now. I'm not saying the bike is bad, because the bike is fantastic. We've had 2 incredible seasons, which will probably result in a 2nd World Championship, unless something absolutely mental goes on in Valencia and in Sepang International Circuit. But for now, it's going to have to be just hanging on to the end there, guys. I really don't like doing these particular races, but there's nothing I can do. The front brake is just awful. I don't know what I've changed. I really don't know. It's not often that I ever see any issues with the brakes. My temperature is always good. Usually might get a little bit hot every now and again, but very rarely does it get that cold. And yeah, I guess, you know, Phillip Island's a track that you don't do that much braking on because there's a lot of straights, but I don't know. Those hard braking zones for such a turn 4, turn 1, and even turn 10 certainly would be enough, but Danilo Petrucci dives with the inside, and there's someone else has gone down. Who was that? I didn't even see it. Now Johan Zarco has decided to take the position. Goodness me. Johan Zarco is now battling it with some of the best of them. What on earth has just gone on in this Grand Prix? What? This is fantastic though. I'm really enjoying this one. But I'm absolutely stressed out of my mind here. Track limit warning now for the man on board the Aprilia, dropping down to 9th position. Goodness me. What do you do, ladies and gentlemen? What do you do? When facing adversity, it is very important that we mustn't crumble, and that is the opposite what we're going to do right now. I'm going to put power setting 3 on, get in behind Aleix Espargaro, get behind Johan Zarco, and get past the Frenchman. Even if we only take a single point away from him, I'm happy with that. We need to increase his championship lead at all costs, so let's go for it. We're only going to, if we crash now, we're going to lose like 6 or 7 points, so it really doesn't matter. I'd rather go gung-ho now, beat my teammates, and most importantly, beat Johan Zarco. So Joan Mir is still leading the Grand Prix, but it looks like Danilo Petrucci is making his way up into the top 5. Amazing race for Petrucci, who started quite further down in the order. He's had a fantastic run of this one. Really good to see the Tech 3 KTM rider giving it his all. Just an amazing performance. He's definitely been the ride of the day. From 18th position to 5th place is absolutely no joke. Amazing job for the man on board the KTM. But for us, I'm still using a bit of power here to try and get back at the rides ahead of us on screen. Of course, keep your feasting your eyes in the bottom right corner of your screen down there. You will see the terrible situation that front brake is in. But we have slipstream. We have slipstream. And this is very important. Aleix Espargaro ahead of me. He could do the business. He can make the move up onto Johan Zarco if he fancies it. Don't let me stop you. Don't wait for my excuse or permission. Just go for it. You have my admission. Just do it, Aleix Espargaro. Up into turn 10. Just as what DrAce would do himself. Can you get it done? Come on, Aleix. I'm begging you. Oh, he's going to go around the outside. Can he chuck it up at the inside now? Go on, Espargaro. He's going to be left and right here. Zarco is going to be on the left-hand side. If he can hold it on, he's not. He stays on the right-hand side. I thought he was going to try and get the cutback, but he doesn't manage it. Aleix Espargaro, thank you, teammate. I'm going to get the power setting 3 now. Get in behind Johan Zarco and Aleix Espargaro, and hopefully this is going to put us in a good battle contention for turn 1, the 7th spot, maybe. Can we get it done? On the right-hand side, Zarco does has the speed with the Ducati, of course, but I'm going to try and get the left-hand side here to take my teammate Aleix Espargaro. A little bit of contact with Aleix. My apologies, mate, but I really want to get on through. Want to take this opportunity with both hands and dive ahead of the Frenchman ahead of us, as it's now the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. The final lap. This one's absolutely flown by, even though we've had such drama here. As we try and get on the brakes, outbraking Johan Zarco. It's going to be crucial. Oh, a bit of contact, pushing Zarco wide. That's a cheeky manoeuvre if I ever did see one, as we now finish ahead of Aleix Espargaro, behind Aleix Espargaro, who's in 7th position. I don't think Johan Zarco will take kindly to that particular mover. I mean, it didn't seem too bad, but it was a little bit aggressive. We just basically positioned the Aprilia exactly where he wanted to be, but we'll get on the left-hand side now to try and get the cutback upon Aleix Espargaro, touching Aleix Espargaro. Can't seem to get off him, and I can't seem to shake him. There's absolutely zero chance of him diving over the inside of turn 10. I will not allow that. No way. Not in my beloved turn 10 for here in Phillip Island. But I tell you what, guys, what a race this has gone out to be. Absolute chaos. The left-hand side for the both front and rear has been absolutely tuned. And we are going to finish in 7th place, taking a few extra points away from Johan Zarco. Joan Mir wins, Pecco Bagnaia in 2nd, Miller in 3rd, and Grant finishes. Oh my god, what's happened then? So guys, that's that then. Joan Mir takes the Grand Prix victory with Bagnaia and Miller in 2nd and 3rd, and Grant takes 7th place. So looking at the championship, wow, 56 championship points advantage. And I tell you what, it's only just occurred to me this. We've won the World Championship. We've won it. There's no way that Zarco can fight back now. It's only just occurred to me. Why did I not think of this earlier? We're world champions again. Oh my god. But looking at the team championship, that isn't quite over just yet. The Ducati Lenovo team do lead by 36 points, but it's still kind of up for grabs. Something happens to the Ducati guys, and Aprilia Racing Team Gresini have another good race. This could be very, very different. So let's find out what happens in the next Grand Prix in a good couple of days' time. But for now, Constructors' Championship on your screen. Aprilia have not had the chance to win that one. Ducati are going to win it again. But upon that note, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and leave a comment down below as saying how much you enjoyed it. Why not? And of course, celebrate because we are world champions for the second time in 2 seasons and the second time in succession. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next Grand Prix. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.